Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you very much for checking out today's video. And if you are watching this video, then you must be, I presume, struggling with the driver. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you 5 key areas, okay? 5 key areas within your golf setup and your swing to help get that driver pinging. We want it going miles, but I was about to open the video and just kind of say, I'm going to go with everyone's favorite club, the driver. But is it your favorite club? What is your favorite golf club in the bag? Because for me, it is the driver. I absolutely love getting on this golf tee and smashing it, okay? I love hitting driver. I also feel like, from a psychological aspect, if you're approaching this tee and you're nervous, you're worried, you're worried about losing a golf ball, topping it, slicing it, whatever it's gonna be, you're already walking onto that tee with negativity. So we need to get you loving this club, okay? Just like we need to get you loving the hybrid irons, chipping, pitching, bunkers and putting. Obviously that's not going to happen, but I feel like this is one of the most important areas for every golfer, because I taught a guy yesterday, Will, if you're watching, this video is all about you, by the way, swing speed 105 miles an hour, distance 240, it was 240. We've just slowed it down to do a bit of a drill and just work a little bit more on path, and we got it down to 94 miles an hour club head speed, and the ball started to go 260. Or he's optimizing his ball striking from a slower swing speed to get more distance. And then I said to him, the better you swing it, the more confident you get, the further the ball is eventually going to go, because then you'll start swinging it faster because you're confident. I'm going to go right from the start. Tee height. The way we want to hit a golf ball off the tee with a driver is on the up, okay? So what that means is the angle of the club wants to be coming low before the ball and working its way up to the ball as it's about to strike, okay? That reduces backspin. Think of all the chipping videos we've done. We've spoke about getting the club up nice and high and hitting down onto the golf ball. Why do we hit down? We hit down because we want to create backspin. We want to use the loft to pop the ball up into the air. With the driver, we've got the lowest amount of loft, okay? 8, 9, 10, 12 degrees. And we want to launch it up into the air with no spin, with low spin, I should say, okay? As we come in, the club's gonna land very low, and it's gonna hit the ball on the up. I see a lot of golfers that just tee this up a little bit lower because they're scared of skying it, okay? The sky shot is not that you've got under it too much, it's actually that you've come down on it too much. So what you end up doing is you tee it lower, but when you hit down on it even more, guess what happens? You spin it and you lose your distance. So I want this video to be a new start, okay? This is a new start. We're gonna do this together. So the ball is gonna be approximately half of a golf ball's height above the top of the driver head. And we're gonna start thinking now, you need to get up onto the golf ball. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have golf ball, driver head, your head, okay? Real key one, that. So again, I'm gonna start from setup, feet together. I'm gonna flare my left foot open so I can rotate into it. I love doing that. If you watch the videos long enough, you'll know that. The golf ball is gonna be on my left heel. The golf club is gonna be behind it. And my head now, and my spine angle is gonna be behind the golf club. All right, so now I'm able to stay low, to get the club low here, stay behind the ball and hit it on the way up. Okay, that is point number, there's a couple of points in there, isn't there? So we won't bother labeling them. Okay, so go through that routine all the time. Grip, club in behind the ball, flare the foot open, ball position inside the left heel, spine angle is going to be slightly tilted to the right, club head in behind the club head. Oh, and launch it up like that. Oof. I tell you, say it every video, I don't hit the ball any better any other time I'm playing golf than on tip videos. It's amazing. I don't know why it is. Can't figure it out, to be honest, but maybe I'm just talking all the time. Okay, so we've talked about setup, we've talked about tee height, we've talked about ball position, we've talked about head position. One of the key things we're obviously going to need to mention now is actual delivery of the club into the golf ball, okay? So I see too much of this. Club head higher than my head, as my hands are waist height. That means I'm hitting down, okay? If I get my hands to waist height, I want to also see my golf club waist height, all right? So then I can start to be able to work the club into the ball more from a shallower angle, so it lands sooner, so it hits up. You'll never be able to hit up on the ball if the shaft of the club is this vertical and the moments before it hits the golf ball, because it's going to be hitting down, which means its low point is going to be on or after the golf ball, which creates the spin. So everything we're doing is trying to reduce spin, maximize distance, okay? Maximize rollout as well when the ball lands. We get a better trajectory and we get a much better release once the ball has landed. Okay, so once we've taken our setup, the transition for me then is key, okay? I don't care where you go on the backswing, but you've got to get that transition here, okay? Want to get the hands, the club head and the shaft all around about the same height as my waist. Forget lag. Golfers talk way too much about lag in terms of getting more speed and power. The more I see this, the more I see a cupped position with my wrist angle, and the more I see an open club face, okay? So actually, a lot of golfers trying to get lag will lose distance because the face is more open, more spinny, more right, okay? Digressed a little bit there, but very, very important that we get the shaft of the club a lot more neutral. There we go, beautiful position. Hands, hip, club, okay? Everything in a very similar height. Now for my head's behind the ball, get there. That's all I'm going to try and focus on. Just going to let the hands release into the back of the ball. My head's going to stay behind it. Club's going to hit it on the way up, okay? So again, making sure that the angle of the shaft into, or the angle of the club head through the shaft into the golf ball is more neutral, is more shallow. Massively trying to avoid steep. That was an awful shot. Trying to get so shallow. But again, you might find that on some practice as well. Some of my videos that you watch, you might go to the range and start hitting some really awful shots, but then eventually start to grow into it because you're thinking about it less as you get more and more comfortable. So you still be trying to feel shallow, turn, head stays behind the ball. Get shallow, turn, head stays behind the ball. And I actually think a really good bad shot that you could hit here is called a drop kick, okay? A drop kick is when you hit the ground and it bounces into the ball from there. One of the final things I want to talk about in today's video is releasing the golf club. Very, very vital. Golfers, again, on the tee box, we get a little bit nervous, we get a little bit wary of where the ball's actually going to end up going, and start to see a lot of steering, you know? We set up straight and people are then almost scared to move. Okay, just think the body's rotating, so that club face will also move, okay? Don't also try and stay too still. Don't try and let your head stop bobbing up and down, side to side. You're going to move laterally and up and down during the golf swing. So don't try and hold onto your hands for too long, because a very common position I see is this, okay, where you kind of get the hands go past the body and the shaft of the club is an extension down to that left arm, whereas actually in this position we should be there. So that golf club is going to work through here. And again, another great drill of just really just letting the club just stop here at waist height, release it, turn. Just kind of get a feel how it kind of synchronizes in with the rest of the body. Just getting that little bit of feel, release. Don't want my hands ahead of the ball, not trying to deal off the club or hit down on the ball. Letting the club head just start to work past my hands and then up into that position. There. See how I'm not trying to get loads of lag, I'm not trying to get loads of speed, just kind of keep the club face neutral, neutral, and neutral. So releasing the golf club up through impact is vital, because this thing has to point straight, okay? Got to get it pointing as straight as possible. If we come in and try and steer it whilst the body's rotating, if the hands don't move as well, the club face is going to stay open. The club face has got to follow the path of the body. The club face has got to follow the rotation of everything else. So we're going to rotate, we're going to release the face. Oh yes. Yes, please. We're going to hit a nice high draw as well, because it hit it off the toe. All right, so guys, massively important points in this video where I want you just to kind of go right from assess yourself, go right from the tee and the ball up. Make sure the tee is high enough so you can get and hit under the ball, not under the ball. So you can hit up on the golf ball, I should say. Okay, so the low point, the club's going to land before the ball. It's going to hit up onto the ball. Okay, the stance, we're going to have the ball position inside the left heel. We're going to have the left foot slightly flared open, because you know I like that. We're going to help you rotate through the ball as well. The head position is going to go in order of golf ball, club head, your head. So you're staying behind it, you're staying tilted. And then we're going to make sure the shaft of the club is not too vertical on the way down, so it's not coming in steep, it's coming in a lot shallower. So we've got hands at waist height, club at waist height, and then we're going to release the golf club from there. Guys, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button. Also, as ever, please do hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to 50k, so thank you very much for the support, and I'll see you again next time.